What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel where I talk and do everything pinball. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. I'm back with another episode with the hook. I don't want to call it a restoration. I basically want to consider it a shop job, but taking up an extra 10 notches. However you want to take that. Meaning that I'm not planning on doing any kind of cabinet restoration, but I am mainly looking out for the playfield. So this is something I want to show you down the road on things that you can do, and technically I didn't even have to do with this machine, but I'm going to be doing this for educational purposes to you guys. And that consists of how to clear coat your playfield. I know there are plenty of you out there that would love to know how to do that, and there are many ways to go about doing it, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it for this game. But that's going to be down the road. So let's go back to showing you what I've done with this hook machine so far. So one thing I want to try when I want to get this display working or see if it works is I want to basically reseat all my connections and ROMs. So by simply usually just removing this connector, even giving it just a little bit of a wiggle out, reconnecting it back in. Same thing with my ribbon cables on the board. Make sure you don't cross slot anything or miss any pins. My goodness. Don't want to bend any pins. Connections are all reseated. Take this ROM out. This is where you got to be real careful about it and put it back in. Alright. So by reseating all the connections and reseating the ROM chip on the video, let's see what we get. Bam! Man, that display looks pretty good, actually. Looks real good. So now, let's go into settings. Tech alert, pinball missing. Single right target. For what switches I can reach, they all seem to work. Let's try down the trough. Alright, so shooter lane works. Trough 1 works. Really? So trough 2 doesn't work. What about trough 3? Alright, that one. And that seems like it might just be a loose and dirty connection right there. So I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to clamp this down a little bit to give that a tighter connection right there, and then we'll try it and see if that fixes it. Just got some 500 sandpaper right here to get off any of that corrosion that's on there. Then I'm going to tighten this down a little bit. Get that on there nice and snug. So now will it work? No. That's not the only problem. I don't like the soldering on this. This looks kind of crap. I'm going to do a reflow on this. This looks kind of crappy. See if that fixes the issue. Alright, so let's talk about things that I fixed. I've got essentially, yeah, I didn't record everything, guys. I'm sorry. But let's talk about what it is I did to get this machine fully working. And one thing for sure, not only do you want to check your fuses, but you want to make sure that you have a fuse in every holder. I did not have my F5 fuse, which is very important to make your solenoids actually all function. So once I installed a slow blow 5 amp, then all my solenoids work, so yay on that. As far as anything in the back box, that was the only thing that needed to be done. When it comes to my switch issues, I replaced this switch, trough number 2, and reflowed it. So we got all different switch right there. So that fixes my trough issue. Thumbs up on that. The other problem, I could not find this damn target, but this target right here, I guess it got hit really hard and was pushed up like that, activating. So that fixed that issue. So as long as I guess it didn't get hit too hard like it did, I guess at one point, then we should be okay on that. And I want to say that was it. That fixed everything. Everything is good to go now. So everything functions. I've been playing this game just to make sure everything functions. Now I guess is the time to disassemble and start making this thing look sexy.
So let's talk about the tools that I will be using for a playfield breakdown. This is a multi-screwdriver that has different sizes and can do a lot of work with just one tool. Clippers, basically to cut any type of zip ties that may be underneath the playfield. Pliers are pretty obvious, but that usually is to loosen up any kind of nut that's underneath the plastic in order for me to get it off. Then I have that hook tool for just in case I have like an E-clamp or something like that on one of the diverters or something like that. That usually comes in handy. Then I have my mini screwdriver set, which comes in handy in a lot of cases for the little bitty screws. A flashlight for those just in case purposes. Then I have my complete nut driver set. And of course, my soldering iron. Playfield is out of the cabinet, and we're using an uncommon sort of playfield lifter. This is something that I've used before in the past. For some of you that have followed my work, is that even on the Black Knight complete hardtop, we utilize beer cans. Here's a time lapse of me taking this playfield apart. Now, at the beginning of this, I started the timer, but I didn't realize that it wasn't going on the television screen. So I do go in there and make sure I refresh the screen to show you that yes, I have been timing myself since I first began. And I do a complete topside teardown on this playfield within a certain time frame. 1 hour it took me to completely tear apart the top of this playfield. Yes, there are a couple of things that I could remove also, and I will be removing everything. So it's just a matter of getting all the main stuff off of the playfield. Everything else is going to require me to go underneath the playfield to get it. Here is everything in the Ziploc bags. This is the way I tend to organize my playfield teardowns. Every section that I take apart, I keep everything in that section in its own bag and I label it accordingly. This is very helpful for whenever you're putting a playfield back together again. And that's where we're going to end this video, guys. That is showing you essentially the complete teardown hook, and where we're going with this next is something that I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you liked what you saw or you even learned something, then give me that thumbs up to let me know. And if you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can be notified of whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. Until next time, peace out.